Tom Bauer has shared what he says are 10 reasons why Meghan Markle and Prince Harry could eventually end up divorcing. And in his view, several of those warning signs are already starting to show in their marriage.
It's impossible for the marriage to continue. I think the children keep them together. I think the lack of for Harry to back the royal family will keep them together. But they're under huge pressure now because of the finances. And I think that is always a huge test, a big test on any relationship.
Make sure you stay until number 8 because Bauer believes that point could be one of the biggest clues about where their relationship may be heading in the years ahead. One of Bauer's strongest arguments is that marrying Meghan became one of the biggest turning points in Harry's life. Before Meghan entered the picture, Harry was often known as the Happy Prince. He had a positive public image and spent years supporting charitable causes. Harry founded and helped launch charities in both the United Kingdom and Africa, and many people saw him as someone who genuinely cared about helping others.
I think it's really Meghan. He's under, I said in my book, Betrayal, that he was brainwashed by Meghan, and of course he continues to be brainwashed by her. And he is now at wit's end. He doesn't know what to do. He's been humiliated in London today. He's going to, for the rest of the week, try to restore some credibility, and he's going to fail.
According to Bauer, though, things began to change after Meghan became part of Harry's life. Bauer that he believes damaged Harry's public standing. Sent to bail, the charity Harry co-founded later became involved in legal action connected to him, while Archewell has faced public questions about its finances. At the same time, some business partnerships have slowed, and a number of major projects have struggled to deliver the success many expected. Because of that, Bauer argues Harry is no longer viewed as the valuable public figure he once was.
Meghan has got no real income anymore. The
Right.
Netflix series is over. There's no great podcast. They don't generate any money. And I don't see where she is going from here. I think she has a major problem. And I think as of this week, the signal for her great problem.
He claims Meghan has always wanted to be surrounded by people who could boost her influence and status. If Harry can no longer offer those same advantages, Bauer believes that could create even more pressure inside their marriage. In his opinion, Meghan could eventually decide to with people who have greater influence or a stronger public profile. Bauer also claims Meghan has slowly started creating a life that doesn't always revolve around Harry. She has been seen attending fashion events, business meetings, and public appearances on her own more often. While the couple still appears together at certain events, Bauer believes those moments usually happen when they benefit both of them from a public image standpoint.
Their latest potential PR stunt comes as rumours circulate of Meghan forcing a, quote, brand separation as she attempts to distance herself from her husband's victim narrative and forge a separate role.
According to Bauer, if a joint appearance helps generate headlines, strengthen Meghan's brand, or attract media attention, the couple appears together. But when there is little public benefit, is more likely to attend events by herself and continue building her own image. Bauer sees that growing independence as a possible sign that the is united as it once seemed. Another point Bauer raises is what he describes as a pattern in Meghan's personal relationships. He argues that when someone is no longer helping her move forward, she distances herself from them. As an example, he points to her first marriage to Trevor Engelson, suggesting that once the relationship no longer fit her goals, it came to an end.
Harry, to put it politely, I think she is very manipulative. Meghan Markle is someone who's basically got rid of almost her entire family on her side, apart from her mother, her entire family on the father's side, including her father, which is incredibly sad. And now she's wrestled Harry away from his family.
Television personality Piers Morgan has also claimed that Meghan stopped communicating with him after becoming more successful socially. Some critics have also argued that Meghan became estranged from her father after their relationship. Bauer believes these examples reflect a larger pattern, and he suggests the same thing could eventually happen with Harry. In his view, Meghan is no longer receiving the same level of publicity, royal influence that she once enjoyed. He also claims that even the Invictus Games, where many people believe Meghan received significant public attention, may not be as welcoming to her involvement as before. If Harry's biggest remaining platform no longer offers Meghan the same benefits it once did, Bauer believes she may eventually question whether staying in the marriage still serves her long-term goals. Bauer also argues that Meghan's biggest ambition has always been worldwide fame.
She is very calculating and very ruthless and very self-promoting, but she's taken on more in the end than she can chew. And I do think in the end, one of the greatest mysteries, which I often reveal them in the book, but whether she's really happy or miserable, whether she realizes what an awful fate awaits her in the years to come.
Before meeting Harry, she worked to expand her entertainment career through acting and other projects. But according to Bauer, she never reached the level of international recognition she wanted. Marrying Prince Harry instantly brought worldwide publicity and global recognition. For a while, Bauer believes that plan worked exactly as intended, but he argues those advantages have gradually weakened. Entertainment deals have become less successful, public opinion has grown more divided, and Harry's royal connections no longer appear to open the same doors they once did. If Meghan is still aiming for greater fame, wealth, influence, and celebrity status, Bauer believes she could eventually start looking for another path that no longer depends on Harry. Money is another issue Bauer says could create major tension in the relationship. Their Netflix partnership has slowed to an end, and several planned business ventures have reportedly fallen. Bauer argues Harry is no longer bringing in the same level of income as before, while the couple's lifestyle remains extremely expensive.
And they are literally wallowing in in a maze where to go. And so that is the problem. And for them to come back in the midst of the current royal crisis here would be impossible to imagine.
Security costs, staff, travel, property expenses, and everyday living reportedly continue to cost millions every year. If income keeps shrinking while expenses stay high, Bauer believes Harry could eventually become more of a financial challenge than a financial advantage. In his view, if Meghan believes their lifestyle can no longer be maintained, it could increase the chances of the couple separating. He believes Harry and Meghan may no longer share the same long-term vision for their future. According to his view, Harry still misses England and hopes to repair at least some of the relationships with members of the royal family. Even if he never returns as a working royal, Bauer believes Harry still wants to stay connected to his roots and spend more time in the United Kingdom. I'll leave that question up to you. Do you think Harry wants to return because he truly misses his father and the life he once had? Or do you think financial security could also be part? There are strong opinions on both sides. One of the biggest questions people continue to debate.
Streets has told Harry, you got to get your butt out there and bring in some more moolah.
That Meghan is deeply worried about their finances, that actually she's got a sense and understanding of money that Harry absolutely doesn't, because he's an aristocrat who's never had to worry about cash, never seen a bill in his life.
That's mad.
According to Tom Bauer, Meghan appears to have a very different vision for her future. He believes her focus remains firmly on California, where she can continue expanding her business ventures, developing new brands, building partnerships, and growing her public profile. In Bauer's view, Meghan is a major celebrity and entrepreneur, with influence that reaches far beyond the royal family. He argues that returning to Britain or accepting any traditional royal role again is the direction he believes she wants her life to take. Bauer suggests that this creates a major challenge for the couple, because Harry and Meghan may now be looking in completely different directions.
Meghan and Harry's crisis, completely of their own making, is they have no money earners. And so they're more desperate than ever. And I think that they don't know what to do other than to try and rebuild themselves as some sort of members of the royal family.
While Bauer believes Harry still has emotional ties to the United Kingdom and hopes to repair at least some of the relationships that have been damaged over the past several years, he argues Meghan is in an entirely different future in the United States. If one person wants to reconnect with the past, while the other is determined to move forward somewhere else, Bauer believes that difference alone can place enormous pressure on any marriage. Another point Bauer makes is that Meghan always appears to keep her options open. According to his view, she prefers one path or one opportunity. He speculates that if someone with greater wealth, stronger business influence, or even higher social status entered her life, she could begin thinking differently about her future.
But she'd have to find a sort of Silicon Valley or somehow aging billionaire that would want to take her on. I don't think she'd walk into the wilderness. I can't imagine any man finding happiness with Meghan. It'll be pretty difficult. But I'm told there are Americans that would find her attractive.
Bauer even imagines the possibility of a successful Silicon Valley entrepreneur or an extremely wealthy billionaire offering the kind of lifestyle, connections, and financial opportunities that he believes Meghan has always wanted. Of course, that remains entirely speculative, and there is no evidence. Still, Bauer argues that Meghan prefers to make sure she always has choices available rather than feeling trapped in whether people are in or not. It remains one of the central arguments in his overall theory about the future of the marriage. Bauer also points to several public appearances that he believes reveal signs of growing tension between Harry and Meghan.
I've seen in Colombia alone, and there was a big row there. But, you know, these are marriages. I can't tell you. I mean, the thing about Meghan is that because she is so ruthless, so narcissistic, so determined to succeed. And at the moment, she's on a downward spiral. She's paying the price of betrayal. Betrayal not only of the royal family and her father and his husband, but lots of friends.
He mentions moments during public events where Meghan was reported to have pulled her hand away or appeared more distant than usual. He also references appearances some commentators have interpreted as showing less warmth between the couple. Now, body language can often be interpreted in many different ways, and brief public moments rarely tell the full story. Still, Bauer argues that when these incidents are viewed together instead of individual, a relationship experiencing increasing strain behind the scenes. According to him, Meghan no longer appears as comfortable around Harry as she once did, although others may interpret those same moments very differently. Bauer continues by describing Harry as increasingly isolated from the life he once knew. Harry's longtime friends are no longer regular parts of his daily life. His relationship with much of the royal family remains strained, and several organizations and responsibilities that once helped define his public image are no longer closely connected to him. This has left Harry relying much more heavily on Meghan than he did in the past. According to Bauer, that changes the balance within the relationship. He argues that if Meghan ever begins viewing Harry as more of an emotional responsibility than someone who helps advance her goals, the dynamic between them could shift dramatically. Bauer believes that situation could make it easier for Meghan to make a different decision about the future if she ever chose to do so. Another major point Bauer raises involves the royal connection itself. He argues that the Duchess title continues to provide recognition, credibility, worldwide media attention, and business opportunities that, even years after stepping back from royal duties, Harry and Meghan continue to generate headlines almost everywhere they go. Their names remain among the most recognizable in the world, and every appearance still attracts significant public interest. However, Bauer questions how long that level of influence will continue. He believes that if the royal titles gradually lose their commercial value, or if Harry himself can no longer provide the influence, status, and opportunities that once came with being closely connected to the royal family, Meghan could eventually begin asking what benefits remain. In Bauer's opinion, Harry and the royal connection are still valuable today, but he believes that value is slowly declining over time. Whether you agree with Bauer's conclusions or completely disagree with them, one thing is certain: Harry and Meghan continue to be two of the most talked about public figures in the world. Every interview, every public appearance, every business announcement, and every new report quickly becomes the subject of headlines and debate. That probably isn't going to change anytime soon. It's also worth remembering that these are Tom Bauer's opinions and interpretations based on his own reporting and analysis. Neither Harry nor Meghan has confirmed these claims, and only they truly know what is happening inside their marriage. Like many stories involving high-profile public figures, there are often very different viewpoints depending on who you ask. So, there you have it. Those are the 10 reasons Tom Bauer believes Meghan Markle could eventually divorce Prince Harry. Some of his arguments focus on money, others on fame, business ambitions, family relationships, and different visions for the future. Whether any of those predictions ever come true is something only time will answer. Now it's your turn. Which of these 10 reasons do you think is which one do you completely disagree with? Do you believe Harry and Meghan will stay together for years to come? Or do you think Bauer's predictions could eventually become reality? Drop your comments down below, because I'd really like to hear your thoughts and see what everyone thinks about this story. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who enjoys keeping up with the latest royal family news and discussions. Your support really helps the channel grow and lets us continue bringing you more stories like this. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.